Hello everyone and welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel. Lily's jealousy boils over when she is caught off guard by Kane and Phyllis' heated encounter. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers hint that when Lily Winters, Crystal Cullill, sees her ex-boyfriend Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, in a precarious situation, she gets an unwanted look. Despite Lily yelling at Kane non-stop for months, she takes his dalliance personally. Let's talk about Kane's problems during the week of November 10th to 14th, when he has more than one important problem to fix. Lily doesn't like Kane and Phyllis. First off, Kane discovers that Victor Newman, Eric Braden, used his purloined AI program to thwart his company, Arabesque. When Lily finds out, she attacks Victor rather than Kane. She basically resents him for creating the program and attributes the outcome to him. Kane is no longer a favorite with Lily. What would Lily busy herself with if she didn't have Kane to drag? We anticipate that Victor's scheme will provide her with ammunition to accuse him of being a liar, a bad father, and a Chad. Kane likely seeks solace in the bottle as a result of feeling sorry for himself after his enemies hit him. The program was stolen from Phyllis, who gave it to Victor so she could feel bad enough to comfort Kane. However, this does not imply that she will admit to what she did. Kane and Phyllis cross a line. Spoilers about Kane and Phyllis canoodling have been released, and now is the perfect time to reveal them, especially if booze is involved and the setting is that romantic caboose Kane lives on. He has one on every continent, you know, but what if Lily feels regret after knocking Citizen Kane down and tries to apologize? Lily witnesses a scene that makes her eyes bleed whenever she spots them in the act. Lily can't unsee Kane and Phyllis. Kane and Phyllis will share a private moment with fans on November 14th while Lily watches on. Will they be kissing or sheet wrestling? Despite our shock, the manner in which Lily responds to her filthy ex's actions, we are not surprised. Why is she annoyed that the man she despises has left her? Nonetheless, red hot The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that poor Lily ends her week on a wickedly unexpected note. Do you believe she is being dishonest? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with The Young and the Restless right now. Come back here often for the hottest Y&R updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable, and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. 3 Y&R epoch-defining events in the week of November 10th. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal there are 3 must-see moments for the week of November 10th, 2025. Fans can expect Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinle, and Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, to get even closer. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, tells Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, the truth about Matt Clark aka Mitch Bacall, Roger Howarth. Plus, Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, are caught in a compromising position. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Victoria Newman's spark. Let's begin with Victoria, who is still attempting to adjust to life following Cole Howard's, J. Eddie Peck, death. At least the woman can laugh at memories of Cole now instead of crying. It's still hard for her and she might grieve Cole forever. However, she will eventually enter the next phase of her life. It is teased that Victoria and Nate will continue to feel chemistry. Neither has acted on it yet, but they have a history together. I liked them together and I think Victoria is a lot better for Nate than Audra Charles, Zuleika Silva. Sienna Bacall's defense. Nick will have a few things to say after witnessing the passionate kiss between Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, and Sienna. I think Sienna is aware that Mitch goes by the name Matt, but I think he lied about why he had a new identity. Nick is going to change this by telling Sienna all about what Matt Mitch did to him and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, all those years ago. Sienna might find that she's in dangerous territory. Matt Mitch was already trying to gaslight Sienna about Noah's crash. Kane Ashby's difficulty. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of November 10th reveal that Kane and Phyllis end up in a compromising position. Not only that, but they end up getting busted by Lily Winters, Crystal Cullill. Chances are that Lily will say she knew she shouldn't trust Kane. However, it's also possible that Lily is getting the totally wrong idea. Week of November 10th, 2025. In addition, Haley Erin's Claire Grace Newman will be doing some soul-searching. At this point, she trusts Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. However, if Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, doesn't back off, he could lose Claire forever. There is also if Claire ever does find out the truth about Holden and Audra's dynamic. Holden started to tell Claire the story, but it was shown in a scene with Audra that it was just a cover explanation, so stay tuned. Which storyline is the most exciting for you to see? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Sharon teams up with Sienna, Nick and Matt's old rivalry sparks back. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon Newman, played by Sharon Case, won't let Matt Clark, played by Roger Howarth, go. She knows that his supposed name, Mitch Bacall, is fake and believes that he's responsible for her son's accident. Another problem for Matt is that Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, has already punched him in the face. It's hard to know what Matt expected. Under the guise of business, getting involved with Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, was destined to lead to multiple confrontations. Maybe this is what Matt wanted. Of course, an unbalanced mind doesn't see life clearly. Yet, Sharon and Nick find themselves reeling and aren't able to respond rationally. That gives a temporary advantage to Matt. Sienna Bacall's timeline is important. Did Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, meet Noah after Matt or before? The answer to the above question is key. It's possible that Matt was lured to the business when he learned about Sienna's affair with Noah. Alternatively, Matt could have targeted Noah as part of a revenge plot against Sharon and Nick. After her husband first met Noah, Sienna became acquainted with him and, if you want to call it that, began their relationship. Sharon Newman was much more than hurt. Sharon does not have any minor disagreements with Matt, who Eddie Cibrian originally and passionately portrayed. Devoted viewers recall the unseemly physical assault he committed against her 3 decades ago, which led to Nick's defense of the woman he wasn't yet married to. Soaring, soap opera rapid aging syndrome, Nick allowed Morrow to join the cast in 1994. This enduring soap opera has a large following. Case became the recast for Sharon that same year after Monica Potter and Heidi Mark briefly embodied this character. The serious nature of Sharon and Matt's conflict produced high, memorable drama. It was a terrifically written, acted, and produced storyline that was later revisited and last mined in 2001 when Rick Hurst portrayed Matt under the guise of another fake name, Carter Mills. Hurst earned a special fan award in the America's Favorite Villain category for his work. Ladies drawn to Nick Newman's and Matt Clark's confrontation. Sienna cheated on Matt. But what the audience doesn't know is whether Matt has been a good husband. Sienna is mistaken if he has, and his response can be explained. However, if he put a hit out on Noah, then Matt's reaction to his wife's betrayal is not justified. Whether criminal charges can be brought or a conviction realized might become other questions. Sharon will come to commiserate with Sienna if Matt's behavior drives her from him. That angle would be great soap and establish a scenario where Matt's ex-girlfriend and spurned wife team up against him while he battles Nick again. Everything related to the Young and the Restless can be found on this website, which is a leading resource. Check back regularly for Y&R spoilers and news. Because of its complex characters and multi-layered storylines that examine human desire, vengeance, and redemption, the American daytime soap opera The Young and the Restless has long been a staple. A rich tapestry of emotional explosions and ethical ambiguity, the storyline involving Lily Winters, Crystal Cullill, Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, perfectly encapsulates the intensity that is characteristic of Y&RI. The Brewing Storm, Lily's Lingering Wounds. Although Lily Winters has always presented herself as strong, moral, and fair-minded, she has a long history of heartbreak and betrayal hidden beneath her calm exterior. Her relationship with Kane Ashby was once the cornerstone of her stability, a rare light in Genoa City's turbulent romantic landscape. But trust is fragile in this world, and Lily's past wounds still burn like fresh scars. Even though she spent months berating Kane for his choices, the depth of her anger reveals that she's far from indifferent. Love and hate, after all, are two sides of the same emotional coin. Lily's jealous rage does not arise from mere moral indignation, it's a visceral reaction born from unresolved passion. The sight of Kane entangled with Phyllis reignites every insecurity, betrayal, and disappointment she's ever buried. This emotional collapse becomes the narrative's nucleus. Lily's insistence that she's moved on is contradicted by her reaction. The anger, the accusations, and the tears expose a truth she refuses to face. She still cares deeply for Kane, even as she despises him. 2. Kane Ashby's downfall, the man who lost his compass. In this arc, Kane Ashby's journey depicts the tragic fall of a man who stood for loyalty and redemption. He has battled corruption, deception, and personal demons before, but now he finds himself cornered once again, both professionally and emotionally. Kane's AI program being stolen by Phyllis and weaponized by Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, to sabotage his company, Arabesque, is the catalyst for his current downward spiral. It's a particularly cruel turn of events when the technology he thought would define his legacy ends up being the instrument of his demise. Technological ambition often mirrors moral decline in soap opera storytelling. Kane is oblivious to the manipulations around him because he is so focused on control and success. When Victor uses his creation against him, it's not merely a business loss, it's a symbolic punishment for Kane's pride. He's a man undone by his own need to prove himself, seeking validation in machines rather than human connection. Phyllis, with her charm and cunning, slips into the perfect position to exploit that weakness. She offers emotional solace that quickly turns physical, guilt-ridden over her role in the betrayal. Their connection, though impulsive, is believable. Two lonely, bruised souls clinging to the comfort of another's arms, even if only for one night. 3. Phyllis Summers, femme fatale or flawed confidant. Phyllis Summers embodies contradiction. She's both predator and protector, manipulator and mother, capable of both genuine compassion and devastating deceit. In her interactions with Kane, we see the collision of guilt and desire. Her decision to console Kane is not purely altruistic. It's a self-serving act, an attempt to soothe her own conscience without revealing the full truth of her betrayal. The emotional honesty she offers is tainted by deception, yet her connection with Kane is not entirely fake. There's a spark, a sense of understanding between two people who have both been broken by love and power. Their moment together, whether it's a drunken kiss or something more, becomes a moral Rorschach test for the audience. Was it a genuine error of judgment or an unavoidable collision between two souls in desperate need of help? Y&R thrives on this ambiguity. 4. Lily's discovery, the eyeful that changes everything. The scene of Lily walking in on Kane and Phyllis is a quintessential soap opera bombshell, explosive, emotional, and narratively catalytic. It's not simply an act of voyeurism, it's a moment of reckoning. Lily's eyes become a mirror reflecting every suppressed emotion she's carried. An overwhelming surge of rage, sadness, regret, and disbelief comes together. Her sense of moral superiority is undermined, which makes the betrayal even more devastating. She had persuaded herself that she was superior, that she was the one who moved on and was in charge. But seeing Kane with Phyllis shatters that illusion. In dramatic irony, Lily's fury is both justified and hypocritical. Despite the fact that she no longer has a romantic interest in Kane, she behaves as if their marriage had just ended all over again. It's a beautifully messy portrayal of human contradiction, how pride and pain can coexist, how love can linger even when words say it's gone. The writers use this moment to underscore one of Y&R's most enduring truths: no relationship in Genoa City ever truly dies. Every shared glance, every confrontation, every accusation carries the ghost of what once was. The consequences of a kiss, the ripple effect the encounter between Kane and Phyllis not only affects them, but also their respective social circles. For Kane, the fallout compounds his professional humiliation. Now, he's not only a man whose company was sabotaged, but also one who has once again managed to alienate the one woman he still loves.